What's up, legends? Today we are ranking all of the Pokemon card sets from the Sword and Shield era, from the very worst all the way up to the very best. And in fact, we're going to be opening some Pokemon cards from the very best set in the Pokemon Sword and Shield era, so make sure you stay tuned to find out what that is. Now, I'm sure you may have seen some other videos similar to this ranking the Sword and Shield sets, but guys, let me tell you that this one is the correct one, and anyone who says otherwise, well, they're just plain wrong. But if you happen to think otherwise, feel free and comment below how you would rank all the Sword and Shield sets from worst all the way to the best. But guys, let's get into our rankings now, and like I said, we'll open up some Pokemon cards at the end. Oh, by the way, if it's your first time here, my name is Luke, and after 20 years, I got back into collecting Pokemon cards to chase that feeling of nostalgia from my childhood, so I invite you to come along the journey with me by hitting that subscribe button below. Alright guys, let's get into our tier list here. So, first of all, we are only ranking the main Sword and Shield sets. We're not talking about the specialty sets today, mainly because they're not all out yet. We're still waiting on Crown Zenith to be the last set of the Sword and Shield era, but it is a specialty set, so we won't be including those today. But let's get into this here. Let's start off with the very worst and work our way up to the very best Pokemon card set. I think the very worst one is Rebel Clash, so we'll stick that in the D category here. Honestly, I feel like there's nothing going for this set in my opinion. I mean, what is even in this set? I mean, I don't even think, let's not even talk about chase cards. Like, are there any cards, period, that you want to collect from this set? Let's see, you got Rillaboom, Cinderace, Milotic. I mean, if you like those guys, then yeah, I get it. But yeah, I don't really care about hardly anything. Let's scroll down to the bottom. We do have some secret rares. I guess from a playable standpoint, there's some cool stuff like Boss's Orders. And then you got some rainbows. There are some golds in here. I guess that Galarian Berserker is kind of cool. I might have to collect that eventually, but yeah, I'm not gonna really open up much Rebel Clash just to get a Galarian Berserker gold. So anyway, guys, that's why that one makes it at the very bottom on my list. Next one is one that does have probably one single chase card, which is why it makes it as the second one on here. But it's interesting because this is the set that I feel like the narrative has changed dramatically over the last year or two. I think this used to be a very popular set because it has a Charizard. Yep, that's right, we're talking about Darkness Ablaze. And you know, it does have the Charizard VMAX, of course. If we pull it up here, we'll be able to see, you know, there's not a ton in this set, but you do have the VMAX, of course. And you know, I think at one point I thought this was a really cool card, but as time has gone on, I've just gotten so sick of these VMAX cards because they all just look so similar. They're all this like cheap CGI artwork, and it has just this little like space cosmic pattern behind it. Honestly, I'm not really into it, and so yeah, this used to be a set that I kind of enjoyed opening, but of course I've never actually pulled the Charizard. And there's really nothing else to be said about it, so believe it or not, it actually makes number 2 on our list. And number 3, I think we'll maybe also put it in the D category. I don't know D or C, but we'll say the D category, is the Sword and Shield base set. Now, this is not a horrible set in my opinion, because I think there are actually a few cool chases in here, at least one or two. I think the main one that I really like is the Zacian Gold card. You can stick that up here. I just think that's a pretty cool one. I would definitely want to pick that up for my collection eventually. It also has the really cool, the Snorlax VMAX, one of the probably only VMAX cards that I actually really enjoy. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, I just think it's a more cool concept. The fact that Snorlax's belly is the ground. Yeah, kind of just a cool one. And so, just for those reasons, honestly, just for those two cards for me, kind of gives this set maybe just one leg up from those other two, but honestly, there's not much to be said about this set. We haven't even gotten into the alt arts yet, and mostly you just have a bunch of Rainbow Rare as your secret rares. Alright, I think we're okay to move up to the C tier here. And I would probably have to say the next best one would be Battle Styles. And you know, Battle Styles, this is the set that came out right around the time I got back into the hobby, and I just was never really that thrilled with it opening it. I think the main chase of it, which I think actually kind of boosts it above the other ones we've looked at so far, is of course the Sleepy Tyranitar. There are a few other alt arts in the set for Urshifu, which kind of seems to be the main mascot of this set, but really what people are chasing is that Sleepy Tyranitar, a really cool alternate art, and really I believe it's the first alternate art of the Sword and Shield era, so definitely one that people love to chase. Oh, and I almost forgot about this one. This is actually definitely makes this set a little bit better too, is the Gold Houndoom, a really phenomenal artwork as well that I'd like to collect eventually. Other than that, I don't know. I don't feel like there's not really much else going for this set. You know, the Urshifu, I'm pretty sure, is a Sword and Shield Pokemon, and not one that people are all that stoked about. So the fact that they kind of made that the main mascot of this set, I feel like it also kind of hurt the popularity of it. So anyway, we have Battle Styles in our first C category here. But to be honest, not too far behind it, and some of you guys are not going to like this, but I would have to put Vivid Voltage as the next level here. Now, I know a lot of people love this set because they love chasing the chunky Rainbow Pikachu. Honestly, that card has never really done it for me. You know, it's okay, but I just I've never really liked the way it looks. I don't really like a lot of the rainbow rares personally. I think what kind of saves this set, on top of the Pikachu, is also really the amazing rares. I do think it has some really cool amazing rares. One of my favorites is this Celebi right here. I believe there's also a Zacian and Zamazenta one. Yeah, I really like this Zacian one as well. Very colorful. All the amazing rares are, for lack of better terms, amazing. I think they have some really cool textures on it, and they're each pretty unique in the way the little hollow back looks to it. And what I like about them is that they really kind of almost get back to hollows being rare and actually desirable. Now, of course, in the end, you know, these cards were not that hard to pull, and so they ended up not being as big a chase. So, you know, really, again, the only thing that is really going for this set is that Rainbow Pikachu VMAX, which again, I don't particularly care for, but I will say of note, I also really like the Alakazam full art in this set as well. I think that that's a cool one. Again, it kind of has a more gold look to it, even though it's not a gold card. So yeah, for those reasons, I think there are a few cool things going for this set, but not enough to really, for me to rank it very high on the list. So next up, I think we can move on to our B tier category. So here's where we're actually starting to get some more chase cards than just one or two. I would probably say the next one, I would say the next one we'd probably have to go with Fusion Strike. Now, Fusion Strike has probably two of my favorite alternate arts of the Sword and Shield era, namely being Gengar VMAX. I think this is a phenomenal, just a really uniquely drawn artwork. It almost kind of looks like it was drawn like with a crayon, and it's just a really cool thing. You got the moon in the background, you got this little castle back here, and he's like a black hole just sucking up everything. This is a truly amazing alt art. And then possibly my favorite alt art of all time is the Espeon VMAX. Ever since I saw this as the kind of promo card that came in one of the Eevee Heroes specialty boxes, I've just loved this artwork. Just got Espeon sleeping on top of the village. Just a really beautiful artwork, especially to see in person. I still don't have this card yet, but that's part of the reason why this set is honestly not ranked higher than it is that it's really, really hard to pull any of these alt arts, any of these chase cards from this set. Now, there is quite a bit of great common and uncommon artwork in this set as well. I will comment on that. However, of course, we know most people are in it just for the chases, and so Honestly, those are my two top favorites. There are some other ones. You have the Mew VMAX here, which is pretty cool. It's really not my favorite one of all time. And then you have the actual Mew V. Again, a pretty cool one, but it's still kind of not my personal favorite, even though I love Mew. I just don't really particularly love either of the two Mew alt arts. They're just okay to me. And man, I don't know why I completely forgot about this one, but this makes this set even better as well, is that we have probably the most underrated alt art of all time, which is Celebi V. Man, I just love this one. But again, even though this one's not the most popular or most expensive alt art that you can get, it's still incredibly hard to pull. Yeah, that's the thing about this set. It has some really cool alt arts, but they're just so hard to pull, and there's nothing in the reverse spot like a trainer gallery or like an amazing rare that can kind of make up for the lack of hits in this set. And so again, that's why I kind of rank this one kind of in the middle right here. But next up, we actually do have a set that has its own trainer gallery, which really helped out a lot of the sets in the second half of the Sword and Shield era. So next up, I think what I'm going to put here is Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance is one that I probably didn't give enough credit to when it first came out. I still don't think it's the best of all time, but I think it has a lot going for it again. Now, first of all, you have some pretty great alternate arts in this set. I will say they're all very well rounded. None of them are like the best of the best, but they're all like really good. So first of all, you have the Dialga V, Origin Form Dialga V. Just a beautiful artwork, a really great one. And of course, to match it, you have the Origin Form Palkia V. Not quite as popular as the Dialga, but another pretty cool one the way it's designed. You also have another really underrated one in this set, which is the Beedrill V. And then I think what is most people's kind of favorite from this set is the Machamp V alt art, which is a pretty cool one as well. Again, not my favorite of all time, but one that I do appreciate because I do love the Kanto Pokemon, and I do love the art style of this one. And now, of course, if those were, you know, just the only chases of this set, then it may kind of rank, you know, closer to Fusion Strike, probably even below Fusion Strike. But what really saves this set is the trainer gallery. And I personally think this one has some solid ones in it. I really like this Kingdra trainer gallery one quite a lot, as well as Cleavor right here. And then of course, you know, a pretty expensive card for what it is for the trainer gallery is the Starmie V with Misty in it, a great one as well. You also have this Ice Rider Calyrex V, which I personally like. I probably like it better than the VMAX, but the VMAX is not bad. You also have Articuno V. I really like that one a lot. Yeah, the Shadow Rider one is really nice. And of course the Zapdos, and somewhere in here we also have the Moltres V as well. So yeah, this one, I don't know, man, with the train, this is actually a really solid trainer gallery. It's going to be a really close call between this one and what's the next pick on my list. Oh yeah, it even has this Zacian V. Yeah, this one is incredible. I actually pulled this one from VMAX Climax. Yeah, I don't know, guys. The trainer gallery in this one, it might actually be better than my next pick here. So I might actually be changing my mind in the middle of the video here, because actually the next one I was going to put up here was Silver Tempest. I don't know, it's pretty close between these two. Let's take a quick look at Silver Tempest here. Now, as far as alt arts, I think it has two really solid ones in my opinion. Unknown V, I think, is a really great one and an underappreciated one. Of course, this one we also have a few Radiant cards. I think the Radiant Alakazam is one of the best Radiant cards we've released so far. Even though I'm not really a big fan of Regidrago and I'm not going to collect this one, I do have to admit that the art style is really nice on this one. But of course, you know, what everyone is chasing from this set is the Lugias. First of all, you have the alt art here, which, you know, some people have debated whether or not it's actually good or not. Personally, I think it's great. I think it's a great card and definitely a great chase for this set. I also think that even the gold and the rainbow ones from this set are also great ones. Yeah, I don't know. This is tough. We'll have to go look at the trainer gallery as well to really make our decision to see which is better between Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest. This one does have a few solid ones. I do like the Jinx. Of course, I'm a Kanto fan. I will say I do really love this Blaziken one. Another one that I happened to pull from VMAX Climax, and I was really excited when I did. But yeah, I mean, this trainer gallery, of course, it has the Rayquaza, which is kind of cool. It's not my favorite of all time. The Blissey V is also nice, probably even better than the actual Blissey V alt art. I don't know, I almost feel like this set has a weaker trainer gallery than Astral Radiance, but some better hits in the main set than Astral Radiance. So I don't know, these ones are very, very close, but I guess we'll leave them as they are. I do stand by keeping these in the B tier list, because right now we are getting into probably some of the best sets in the Sword and Shield era. We are down to our top, I guess, 4, and so again, it's kind of debated about which would be number 5 on my list between Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest, but ranked at number 4, believe it or not, I am going with Chilling Reign. I personally think that Chilling Reign is the most underrated set of the Sword and Shield era, and here's why. If we go check out the card list here, I personally think that even though it doesn't have a trainer gallery, that it actually stands up pretty similar to Evolving Skies in the amount of hits it has, namely the alt arts. Again, there are quite a lot of alt arts in this set, and many of them are quite stunning. Even from, you know, less popular Pokemon like Calyrex V, I really like the Shadow Rider one personally. You've also got the Galarian Rapidash V, which I feel like doesn't get enough love. Again, not my favorite of all time, but it's still a really nice one. You've got a nice Blissey V one, which I think is pretty cool. But of course, most importantly of all, what most people are really chasing in this set is those Galarian birds. Of course, you got the Roadrunner Zapdos, which is a really cool looking one. You've got the Galarian Articuno, which again is, I think, one of the more underrated ones as well. I really love this one personally. And then, of course, one of the bigger chases of this set is a really cool one, the Moltres V. I just love the kind of minimalist colors in this one, just the black, white, and red from this one. And there's even some more, which I almost totally forgot about. This is another quite underrated one, which is the Galarian Slowking V, which has the really unique Komiya artwork on it. Not to mention the most expensive card in the set, which I think is a pretty cool one, is the Blaziken VMAX, which I was actually fortunate enough to pull myself and also grade in a 9.5. I definitely love this one. But not only that, guys, not only do you have some amazing alt arts, but you even have some gold cards. Of course, you do have this Electrode V, which I think is really underrated. I love the blue shiny Electrode. And then, of course, the big boy himself, the gold Snorlax. So yeah, guys, based on that, you know, I know that it's called Chilling Pain for a reason. I know a lot of these cards are pretty hard to hit, but between all of them, I think, you know, for the amount of love that Evolving Skies gets, I think that this deserves a similar amount of love as well, because it has some amazing cards in it. But again, it's not at the very top of the list. I do actually have another one that we're going to rank in the A list here. And for this, I'm going with Lost Origin. Again, this is a set that does have a trainer gallery, which we'll look at in a second. But of course, I personally think this has some great cards in it. First of all, you got the Gold Radiant Steelix, I think is also another really cool Radiant card. And as far as the alt arts goes, of course, people seem to love this Giratina V, and I do understand because I think the artwork is phenomenal. I just don't really like Giratina as a Pokemon at all, so this card, as expensive as it is, it doesn't really interest me that much. But we also do have this Galarian Berserker V, which I think is a cool one. Not to mention one of my personal favorite alt arts from this whole block is the Aerodactyl V. I just love the the Jurassic Park feel of this one. It's such a great artwork. And then of course we also have a trainer gallery, which I think has a lot going for it as well. Of course you have a Charizard in this set, the friendly looking Charizard. You have the Gengar here, the Hisuian Arcanine, a really cool design. I personally love this Crobat V. Oh yeah, you got Snorlax in here as well, another popular Pokemon. And then of course, the most popular of all, you have the Pikachus. You have Red's Pikachu here in just the V form, as well as in the VMAX, which personally I think more than tops the Pikachu VMAX from Vivid Voltage. And there are some other cool ones in here, including a Gold Pikachu VMAX. I do kind of like that one, and the Mew VMAX as well. So yeah guys, I put this one at number 3 on my list, but still in the A tier. So we're not quite at S tier here, but we are getting to it, guys. In our S tier, we have Evolving Skies. I mean, what can we say about Evolving Skies? There's a reason that people love it so much. There are so many great artworks and of some very popular Pokemon, including the Evolutions. Even though these cards are incredibly hard to pull, they just stand out so much that people continue to gamble on this set over and over again. Of course, I love this Harry Potter style Espeon V, and has this cool Batman style Noivern V. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this Sleepy Dragonite, one of my personal favorites. Kind of reminds me of a scene from Avatar. This just kind of looks like Pandora in the background to me. And of course, you have all the VMAXs. You even have a few great Rainbow VMAXs, more of the alternate art VMAXs. But of course, what we all know to be the best, the Umbreon VMAX, everyone's dream chase card and a really expensive card. And then of course, on top of that, you also have another pretty expensive one, the Rayquaza VMAX, which again, I was fortunate enough to pull myself. Again, this is definitely an amazing set, and it's understandable why people hail it to be probably the best set in the Sword and Shield era. But guys, believe it or not, it's not my top favorite in the Sword and Shield era. You want to know what it is? We only have one left here, and that is Brilliant Stars. Now, before you guys go and riot, I will provide an explanation for why I think Brilliant Stars is the best of the Sword and Shield era. But like I promised, we are going to open up some Brilliant Stars packs here. So let's go ahead and get into that. So guys, in my opinion, this set has everything. I mean, think about it. It has alt arts. It has gold cards. It has rainbow rares. It has a trainer gallery. In fact, it's the first trainer gallery of the Sword and Shield block, and it's a really good one. First of all, got a nice little promo card there. And of course, you might say, well, you know, Evolving Skies, it has all the Eevees. It has the Eeveelutions that people love. Well guys, this set has Eeveelutions too, and it has some really fantastic ones. Now, there may not be the most expensive ones compared to what we see in Evolving Skies, but you know, they're still fantastic cards. And it even has an Umbreon VMAX, which also I think is a really great card in this set. So again, it has the Eevees in the trainer gallery. It's got gold cards. It has some really good gold cards. It's not just your throwaway gold cards. You have the Galarian Birds, and I personally love all of those. I still need to pull the Moltres. That would be a cool one to get today. Let's see what we have in our first one. No trainer gallery card, and Hollow Boss's Orders. And then of course, it actually has some alt arts. I think just 2 alt arts in this set, but pretty fantastic ones, both of them. Of course, the Arceus one, the main mascot of this set, is actually a really cool one. Pretty undervalued in my opinion. I feel like it's not too expensive to purchase right now, but I think it's a really great one. And then of course, most important of all, you have the Charizard, which let's see if we can pull it from this pack here. You actually have 2 Charizards in the set, but of course the alt art is a really, really cool one. It's my personal chase for this set. It's great, and of course you also have a Rainbow Charizard as well. You have several other Charizards. Oh, we skipped right past it. We actually got Gloria. Somehow it pulled up with this one. Not a very good well-centered one, but that must be a trainer gallery card because we got it in the reverse spot. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, aren't there like 4 Charizard cards in this entire set? Of course, you got the alt art, the rainbow, a full art, and a regular V, I believe. I don't know, guys. I just feel like it's a stacked set, and really the trainer gallery is kind of what makes it, I think, more enjoyable of a set than even Evolving Skies. So Evolving Skies obviously has fantastic cards, and you could argue maybe they're better cards than in here, but overall it's not the most fun set to open. It's fun when you finally pull an alt art, but guys, it's so hard to pull those alt arts from that set. But this one, you actually have potential to pull 2 hits because of the trainer gallery, and I think I think people are going to look at this set even more fondly than they may Evolving Skies, just slightly in the future, just because of that. We did get a full art here, Grand Bull V, kind of a cool one. So we actually did pretty decent in that first 3-pack. All right, let's go for our second 3-pack here. I definitely enjoy these products. Of course, here's your Leafeon promo. All right, let's open the Shaman pack artwork here. It's also a set that, for the value, I'm pretty sure it still has 2 cards that are above $100, which is not something that a lot of sets can say. But I'm pretty sure that the Rainbow Rare and the Alt Art Zard are both above 100, and the Alt Art Zard, it just keeps climbing. I definitely think it's interesting, and I kind of called this early on. I kind of saw that, the Rainbow Zard was getting a lot of attention, and it actually was even more expensive than the Alt, which made no sense to me. I felt like the Alt is a much better card altogether, and I kind of predicted that the Rainbow would go down and the Alt Art would surpass it eventually, and that is exactly what's happened. So I don't know, guys. You're welcome to disagree with me in the comments below, but feel free and do so civilly, and let me know why you think I'm wrong if you think that. Be curious to know what you think is the best set of the Sword and Shield era. Oops, grab 2 there. Wormadam and a Torterra Holo. We're getting a lot of holos. Honestly, when this set first came out and I saw all the stuff that they had in it, I almost thought that they kind of overdid it. I'm like, man, they just really threw everything in this set. And yeah, I still think that, but I still think it just makes it a more well-rounded set, and it helps it compete, I think, better with sets like Evolving Skies, which again, I still think is a phenomenal set. I do love that set, but I would still rank it at number 2, like I said. All right, let's see what we got in this last pack of our 3-pack blister. Golett. Hey, nice. We did get a Trainer Gallery actual Pokemon this time. That's a really cool one. Can we get a double hit though? Let's find out. We also have, okay, Magmortar, so no double hit. That's all right. Not a Pokemon that I really am that excited about, but you just gotta comment on the artwork. It's a really fantastic artwork. Almost all of these Trainer Gallery cards really have great artwork. So again, I will say that I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's dangerous to say this, but I feel like objectively, Brilliant Stars is just more fun to open because you have a much more variety, you have a much more higher chance of pulling something decent compared to Evolving Skies. However, there is a factor that you have to consider, and that's that a lot of us in this hobby, we are gamblers. And Evolving Skies, it's the ultimate gambling set. Why do I say that? Well, obviously the chase cards are quite expensive, and that obviously makes it much more exciting when you do pull something, but you have to realize that it really is that much of a gamble to open that set. It's definitely fun to do, and of course when you win really, really big, both from a the standpoint of pulling a fantastic artwork, but of course you're also pulling some really expensive cards. So I guess if that is really your prerogative. Ooh, nice. We got the Eevee. I've never pulled this one. Oh, that's a great one. I've never understood with this one. I guess it must be more of a perspective. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a VMAX Eevee because it looked bigger than the guy there, but I guess not. I guess it's just perspective, showing him a little closer to the camera or the frame. What was I saying? I don't know, but we have another card here, so let's see what that is first. We also have, oh, we got Barry. Wow, nice. We got two full art trainers today on top of this one. This is by far my favorite hit we've pulled so far. Seriously, guys, just look at those hits that are piling up in the background there, and we're not even done with this 3-pack blister. It's also not including the holos that we've pulled also. So I think we got to save the Zard one for sort of last. We actually have an additional one here. This is actually a Christmas present from my parents, so decided to just throw it in there last minute. Anyway, guys, let's see if we could still pull that Zard today. Yeah, so I was just saying, if you really enjoy the gambling aspect of opening Pokemon cards, which I think we all do to some degree, then I could see why you may say Evolving Skies is a better set. Yeah, but again, you're still gambling with this one because I think you're really searching for that Zard, and so that's what I've been still trying to get by opening this set. Tornadus non-holo rare. All right, getting close to the end here. We have the Zard pack. Let's see if the Zard is in there. Have a code card for Brilliant Stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Fighting Energy. Gabite. Gloria. Oh, Gloria. Sock. Corfish. Golett. Chimecho. Chimchar. Pachirisu. Nothing in the trainer gallery. And also, wow, frankly, I don't warm a damn. Alright, guys, well, this is the moment of truth, our last pack, last chance today to pull the Zard. Either way, I've already had fun with the hits that we've gotten so far. Let's do it, guys. Let's see if my mom picked a good pack for me. I think she said she got these at Five Below, so that would be a pretty crazy one to get from Five Below, but anyway, Torkoal. Yikes, look at the cuts on these. That is the worst centering I've seen on cards. Alright, Trapinch, Piplup, Shroomish, Purloin, Duskull, Chimecho, and today we're ending off with just a Breloom. But like I said, still a very fun opening. Can't believe we got 2 full art trainers, and of course this Eevee is definitely my favorite of the entire lot. Like I said, guys, make sure you let me know in the comments below what you think about this ranking of the Sword and Shield era sets. Also, check out one of these videos here on screen if you like Pokemon card content. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below to support the channel. And lastly, I want to let you know that no matter what you're going through, you are not alone. God is with you and He loves you, and we do too. I'll catch you next time.